Thanks for staying with us for Money Watch. The government has been encouraging people to get into business, but when that is done, entrepreneurs are finding obstacles which for the most part are not only discouraging to them, but also affecting the government. But there is a plan being worked on to address that by the World Bank, which recently reported that it's getting harder to do business in Jamaica. What are the problems being seen and what are the recommendations? Fabia Phillips-Lawrence reports in tonight's Money Watch.
The World Bank's Doing Business report in Jamaica has shown that despite encouragements to start businesses for financial security, it is getting more difficult to operate a business in the current regulatory environment. A number of things are behind the causes of great difficulty in doing business in Jamaica, but one area stands out most.
Paying taxes, of course, by far the most challenging area.
And as they go on, he said the government is now trying to identify why businesses in Jamaica are not readily compliant in paying taxes. The World Bank brings it down to one thing in their report, though, and that is owing to the number of payments which must be made, something they say is administratively burdensome if businesses are to ensure that they are compliant with the tax authorities. The co-author of the Doing Business report explains just how burdensome that process is.
The company would suffer a slightly onerous situation because it would have to make about 72 payments, spending almost 52 days, 52 days set aside just for tax compliance, which if you convert into working hours is almost 414 in a year at a cost of more than half the profits.
That, she says, then presents room for improvement if the environment for doing business in Jamaica is to get any better. And so they sat down as a team with members of the government to work out recommendations to get things back on track for business people to find it easier to do business. Central to those recommendations that are being put together is tackling the difficulties businesses face in just doing their tax returns.
What we have done now is to ask the various stakeholders here to sit together, take that information and identify how some of the challenges can be addressed here, and identify what some of the good things about paying taxes, for example. I mean, there's been some improvement in customer relations and so on. It's not complete yet, but they've started doing it. So what are some of the good things? What are some of the challenges? And how can it be fixed given the context here? Because you cannot just superimpose what works, let's say, in the UK and bring it here. It has to be the local people have to figure out how best it can be addressed.
The recommendations, Hack says, are expected to be put together for the Commerce Minister early this week. The expectation is that they will be acted upon to make the tax-paying experience more pleasant to encourage better business practices. Rwanda, it was pointed out, improved in 1 year by putting in recommendations in place, and Jamaica can do the same with the recommendations that will be presented. For Money Watch this evening, I'm Fabia Phillips-Lawrence.
Thank you.